Hey, it's Kim, and you're listening to a How in the Hell Did I Get Here short, which are individual stories we've pulled from the archives of How in the Hell Did I Get Here. As of August 6th, 2020, How in the Hell Did I Get Here is on hiatus, and I'm going to do my best to keep sharing these shorts with you for as long as it makes sense. And I want to say a huge thank you to you for listening and supporting the show. If you can please leave us a review or support us as a patron at buymeacoffee.com/The Coloring Book Coach, that would be amazing. Because knowing that you're listening and enjoying what we're creating really does make a difference. Enjoy today's story here. And if you miss me and How in the Hell Did I Get Here, you can subscribe to my other podcast called Fall in Love with Yourself Toolkit, where I give advice and insight for each month and each week of that month. You might even hear a few of the sisters over there from time to time. This is Kim A. Floden, and you're listening to How in the Hell Did I Get Here shorts, and this podcast most definitely does include swear words. It's a super Target. What could go wrong? Well, if you're Tammy, plenty. Enjoy the story we're calling Trapped in a Hat at Target.
My mom and I were trying to escape the cold while we waited, I think, for her car to get finished or something. And this was outside of a garage that was within walking distance to like a mall with like a super Target. And we didn't have a super Target yet, like by where we lived.
Right.
So we like thought we'll go into super Target and like, hang out and check things out. And so we, of course, get a cart and we're like thinking we're going to get like some, drinks because you can get drinks and toilet paper cheaper there and things like that. So we started filling a cart and then we got pulled to this display and they had these like the flappy hats, like with the fur inside. Right? Do you remember? Okay. The big
hats.
The ear flaps come down.
Oh,
and
yeah. Like the nerdy hat. Yeah, the nerdy snow hat, but so nerdy that they're cool, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and so they had some really cute ones. And my mom like just puts it on my head. Like I turned around, she's like, Tammy, let's see you in this. And she puts it on my head and she like closes it, right, with the little snappy thing under my chin. And I was like, oh, this is cute. We're looking in the mirror. And then suddenly, like, I am like really hot and I have to get this thing off, right? And I feel like I'm suffocating. Like I'm going to go crazy. Yes. And I'm trying to get it off and I can't get it off. And I'm like turning bright red. Like it's no longer cute. And I'm like, Mom, I'm stuck. I'm trapped in a hat. And like, she's trying to get it off from like underneath my chin because she had pulled it like really tight. Like not meaning to, but like you're trying to get it, you know what I mean? And it's that little tiny button where you have to push the little plastic thing out of the square. And like apparently neither one of us could use our fingers that day. So I'm like freaking out and I'm like, and she's like, no, hold on. So like we're now in the middle of Target and she's trying to get it off and I'm freaking out and I'm like leaning over now, like, trying to just pull it off and get it off my chin. And I'm like, and she's like, Tammy, I'll help. I was like, get it off. So like, she's like tugging at my head, like one way. And I'm like, like I'm choking. Cause it's now like, So I'm beat red. She's trying to pull it off and the little thingies are like, down around. It's like really like, I am really in that hat. Like, and there's no way I'm like stuck in it. I'm like, we need scissors. And she's like, we can't, we'll have to buy it. I'm like, just buy the effing hat,
Yeah. Save your freaking life, buy the hat.
Get me out of this effing hat. Like, and I'm like, I'm sure like everybody's now like standing around staring at me, freaking out about not being able to get out of the hat. And my mom's trying to pull it off of me. And so finally, like the little thing pops out and I'm like falling over because like, she's pulling one way and I'm pulling back the other way. So it totally like fell into a display and it was good times.
So you didn't have to purchase the hat.
No, I didn't have to buy the hat.
It sounded like the hat from hell.
It was the hat from hell. It was the hat from hell for sure.
It lured you. Yes, it lured you in with its cuteness, and then it gloms onto you. Like it's like that Feed Me plant from Little Shop of Horrors. That was the Little Shop of Horrors.
Right? Yeah, like one of those, do you ever watch like Doctor Who, like the sand crab, like the dream crab or something, and it sucks onto your face and like, puts you in a dream, it numbs your brain and like as it like feeds on it. Yeah, that's how it felt. It was feeding on my brain and tried to lull me into a, false sense of security or dream state.
Right. It first put its spell on your mother. It was like, put me on Tammy's head. And then she did, and it was in lockdown mode then.
Right. And then there was no escape.
Thanks again for all your support and for being a listener. We hope you enjoyed this How in the Hell Did I Get Here short. And again, if you can leave us a review and share the show with your friends, we appreciate it. Our music is produced by Silent Partner, and the song name is 7th Floor Tango. We found them on YouTube's Creator Library, and you can find their links on our website, howinthehellpodcast.com. How in the Hell Shorts is a production of The Coloring Book Coach and is written, produced, and hosted by myself, Kim A. Floden, with editing direction from Carrie Floden.